Bob the Canadian here. This is my very first live stream. I just want to welcome all of you. I'm just going to take a minute to make sure on my computer here that everything's working properly. This live stream is just to go over some questions that some of you have submitted. So just give me a sec to make sure things are working right. I'm just really happy that all of you are here. I just want to make sure that the sound is working correctly, that people can hear me. I want to make sure that that it's coming through okay. So I'm just going to pull it up on my computer here. And it looks like everything's good. So I'm just going to start again. Welcome. This is my first live stream. It's also the first video that I'm shooting where I'm indoors. I'm actually at work right now, and I have permission to shoot a live stream video. And I'm just hoping that this helps some of you in what you're doing out there as you try to learn English. So I'm going to be looking down at my notes from time to time, and I'm going to be, I actually have 3 viewers. Oh, this is awesome. I was actually expecting that no one would be showing up. So it's pretty cool to see some. You can see my smile on my face. It makes me very happy to see that people are joining in. So thank you so much for joining. I am going to talk to you directly, but also this video will be available later if you want to share it or rewatch it. You can see behind me, I'm trying to stay connected with my subscribers either via Twitter or Facebook. If you use either of those platforms, I recommend you join my Facebook group or you just contact me via Twitter. From time to time, I'll be asking for questions. Today I have a collection of questions that I'm going to answer that people have sent to me, but if you want to connect with me in the future, I'm planning to do a live stream once or twice a month. If you watched my last video, you'll realize that last spring I actually needed to slow down a bit in my life. I needed to take some time to find balance. So I'm planning to still shoot a traditional video once a week where I'll teach an actual English lesson similar to the videos that you've already watched. But I also plan, as people ask me questions, to do the occasional live stream like this where I can answer your questions directly. Just going to turn my chat on here. And it says here that Rez Joseph, hi Rez, says, hello Mr. Bob, my name is Youssef. Oh, sorry, I got your name wrong, from Algeria. Thank you so much for being one of my fans. Hello Hashim from Sudan. And now you're in Egypt. Very, very cool. Thank you very much. I think last year when I started my channel, I did not expect that so many people from around the world would be interested. So thank you so much for joining. But let's get to the questions. I have 10 questions today that people have sent me via email. People have sent these questions via Facebook or Twitter direct message. So let's get to them. I have them down here on a piece of paper. The first question, and this question comes up quite a bit, is how old are you? Well, I don't want to say exactly how old I am, but I will say that I'm in my late 40s. So I'm in my 40s. I'm approaching 50. I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. So I'm in my 40s. I'm a little higher than 45 years old. Second question, are you really a teacher? Well, this is a great one. Age is just a number. Yeah, thanks. This is a great question. Am I really a teacher? And so I just want to be honest with you guys. My day job is I am a high school teacher. I am a high school teacher in Ontario, Canada. The subjects that I teach, I actually teach computer science as well as English. And I also teach French. Not many of my viewers and subscribers know that je peux parler français aussi. I can speak French as well as English. So those are the subjects that I teach. So yes, I am actually a high school teacher. I'm a certified high school teacher here in Canada. Next question. Were you born in Canada or did you move to Canada? And this is a great question as well. I am a person who was born in Canada. Yes, I am, thanks. I am definitely bilingual. I am someone who was born in Canada, my parents came from Holland. My parents came from the Netherlands when they were just children. So my parents were immigrants. So I think that makes me have just a heart for the world, that not everyone is born in North America, not everyone is born in countries where things are relatively good. And I recognize from stories from my parents and from my grandparents just how great it is to have a European heritage. So a big hello to everyone out there in Holland. I'm sure I have some relatives in Holland or the Netherlands. If you're watching this, just a big hello. I don't speak Dutch, but it's still, I feel like I'm near and dear to people from Holland. Next question. Yeah, this question comes up a lot. A lot of my videos I shoot outdoors. A lot of my videos I'm out in the winter weather. And people often say, why aren't you wearing a hat? Why aren't you wearing more clothes? Don't you get cold? And I'll be honest, I just love being outside in the winter. I'm not someone who does winter sports, but I do like being outside. And I don't get cold very easily. I think because I'm from Canada, I'm used to the cold, so I don't get cold super easily. So I like just being outside. And there's another reason to that. I'm married and I have children, and my house is very loud. And it's very quiet and peaceful outside, so it's just an easier place for me to make videos. Question 5. So 10 questions, we're on question 5. I don't want to take too long. Question 5 is, do you live in the city or do you live in the country? I'm very much someone who does not like the busyness of the city, and so I do live out in the countryside. I live on a farm. I actually have sheep and goats, and my wife and I grow flowers as well. Yes, when I am trying to make videos in my home, sometimes it's a little loud because the kids are having fun. But back to the question, I do live out in the country. I really like the balance of working in the city, but then living out in the country where it's a little quieter. Number 6, why are you doing this? This is a big question because I'm not sure if you realize I don't get paid to make videos for YouTube. So the question, why am I doing this? I think it's because I just believe, yes, thanks Mahindra, thanks for the best wishes from India, that's awesome. I don't know what the time zones are around the world, but for me it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Some of you I'm sure are up in the middle of the night or it's early morning, so that's kind of cool. But the question was, why are you doing this? And I'll just say this, I believe that I don't think English is the best language, but what I do think is that if we all learn each other's languages to some degree, we have a chance to make the world a better place. So I speak 2 languages. One of the reasons why I learned to speak French as well as English is I just think it's good for people to learn another language. And so I just thought, you know what, I know English really well. I'll start a YouTube channel where I help people to learn English. So that's why I do it. And I do like teaching. It's why it's my job. But I do also for sure just like helping people to learn another language. Got to flip my page here. Number 7, I get this question a lot. Could you please help me learn English? It's really easy for me to make YouTube videos, but it's hard for me to help people one-on-one, especially with the number of people that I get messages from. So I do recommend that if you need one-on-one assistance, that you find someone locally, or that you find someone online that you can meet via Skype. There are people that will help do that. I'm going to pause here because there's a question about whether I'm interested in learning other languages. So I am a high school teacher. At my school, we have students from Congo, Korea, China, Canada, of course, and various countries. So I'm always trying to learn a little bit of their languages. We have a couple of students from Egypt, so I'm trying to learn a little bit of Arabic, but it's so hard. I think because I'm getting older, it's a little bit difficult to learn something new. Next question. This question comes up a lot. Is it okay to learn Canadian English? So generally in the world, people are learning British English or English from the United Kingdom, or they're learning American English. So people sometimes are concerned that Canadian English has a strong accent, and I'll assure you that it does not. It does have its own unique sound. Canadian English sounds different. It's closer to American English than it is to British English in terms of the sound that it makes. But you will not be doing any harm by learning Canadian English. It is a very neutral, plain sounding English that English countries around the world will understand. So there's no problem, or there should be no concern learning Canadian English. And then number 9, the question is, can you do a live stream? And so the answer is yes. I'm doing one right now. I hope to do more in the future. I'm totally shocked. I know 7 people doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm super excited to see 7 people watching my live stream. So thank you very much. And thank you for the wishes from around the world. There was a question in the comments, have I been abroad? So I have been to the United States, which is our neighbor to the south. I have been to South Africa, and that is about it. I have not traveled the world very much. I am very keen to travel the world. I hope at some point in the future to go to China. I would love to go to Korea. And also I would love to go to a country like India. And if I've not mentioned your country, I'm sure if I had all the money in the world, I could visit everywhere, and that would be super fun. But we'll have to see. I will need to see how things go in the future. Last question, how can I improve my English? That's such a tough question for me to answer because I don't know what your level is. So what I generally recommend to people is you should first and foremost be reading in English. You should find your local newspaper or a book that's at your level, not too easy, not too hard, because reading is something you do at your own pace. So first and foremost, when people ask if the question is, how can I improve my English? You need to be reading. And I do have another video that explains how reading, listening, writing, and speaking are all 4 very important parts to learning a language. So hopefully you can dig into that at another time. That was question 10. So that was the last question. My hope was to do about a 10 to 15 minute live stream, and I think we're getting close to 15 minutes. Again, I appreciate all of you being here. I do have a question for you though, and maybe you can leave that in the comments. I do plan to continue making videos that are lessons, but sometimes it would be nice to know, what do you want to learn? I know in the past people have asked, tell me some phrases I can use at a restaurant, or people have said, tell me about the grocery store. So maybe in the comments below, or send me a message via Facebook or Twitter. Maybe just let me know what kind of video would you like to see, and I'll get to work on that. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. If you have, I'm going to move aside so you can see my information on the board there. If you have questions, just send them to me directly. And just again, a big thank you from Canada. I hope you're enjoying the Winter Olympics. I know not every country has the Olympics, but I am so excited to watch the Winter Olympics. And just to see some of the countries where I know people who are watching my videos are also sending athletes there. So enjoy the Olympics, enjoy this time of year. Look for another video coming this weekend, and I'm just going to close this off. So thank you very much. I have some suggestions now for the next videos. I will definitely take those into consideration as I build them. But thank you very much. Have a great day. Bob the Canadian here. Love making videos. I'm back, and I'll see most of you in the future at some point. Have a good day.